What the fuck is going on, everyone?
Everyone draft a eulogy for me. I'm not going to make it out alive. This episode might actually come out and I will no longer be on this world. I'll be on another plane.
Yeah, this could be...
Not like a physical plane, like an astral plane.
This could be the last time anyone hears from you.
This could be it. This podcast may just become one person.
This is your legacy.
It may be an audiobook.
The worst audiobook anyone's ever heard.
I am physically unwell. And I've been unwell for the longest time. It's been a treacherous journey.
Do you reckon it's the flu?
I have no fucking idea. I have no clue. I reckon maybe it might be COVID. Who's to say?
That's a weird thing to say.
You're like, I must leave.
Jamie was sick after Melbourne and she had there was a viral thing going around apparently that she got. She was sounding like death.
Yeah. That's me.
Yeah. I like your jumper though.
Thank you. I like your hat, which we will talk about in a sec.
South Street do an amazing fit for a jumper and I need to get one.
You really do.
But I also need to save money. So that was a trick question and you failed.
They're my favorite. Like just the fit of them.
Yeah.
And the quality of the fabric is so worth it.
Do you buy your normal size?
This is an XXL.
Yeah. Okay.
I could easily go on XL, but I like
how baggy
having more fabric than not enough.
Yeah. I need to buy another pair of gym shorts because my Lorna Janes, their days are done. Like my shorts. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I need some new gym wear. And I'm thinking I want to try Muscle Republic.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Muscle Republic.
And they're reasonably priced.
I bought a pair of leggings from Muscle Republic and my black little titty top. Yeah. That's from Muscle Republic.
I thought that was Crop Shop Boutique.
No, oh God, no. I don't think I could squeeze my chest into a crop shop.
Yeah, okay.
Cute. I think they only go up to a 16.
Oh, okay.
That concerns
Never mind.
me. Yeah.
Never fucking mind then. Cute.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Thank you. I also got, how I have my grey South Street jumper? I got the matching bottoms for that. So now it's a set.
Oh my God, you should have worn the set on the pod.
I was going to sweat. I'm running hot.
Fucking put ice in it. I don't care. That's going to look sick in winter.
Yeah, that's going to be my cinema attire.
Yeah.
For the foreseeable future.
Speaking of, this is jumping ahead a little bit, but I've seen people posting their reviews of the new Bridget Jones movie.
Everyone's saying sob.
Everyone's saying it's incredible.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely phenomenal.
No, but I don't trust blah, blah, blah. I don't trust people anymore with their fucking movie reviews because everyone did us fucking dirty with
everything we've ever seen.
We end in time, we see time, we go
we
through
live
time.
In time.
Whatever. And that was the last straw for me.
Yeah.
I do love Bridget Jones, so I feel like it'll be great regardless. But
I love a Bridget Jones movie.
Don't trust Joel. Don't trust Joel as far as I can throw you, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's recap the few moments that you were alive this week.
I feel like I've lived many lives this week. So we had Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
Fun times. Great times. I love Melbourne.
Yes. I also love Melbourne.
If money was no issue, be there in a heartbeat.
Now, I know that we said when we were in Melbourne, hey, let's come back more regularly. I'm retracting that offer because I am committing to the saving money bit.
I can't afford it.
Yeah.
But no, I love Melbourne trees. Melbourne have really nice trees.
They do.
Nice city trees.
Like Sims trees.
Yeah.
And they put them in their buildings.
They work the buildings around the trees. Yeah.
Yeah, they're let's just put trees up the side of an apartment building.
Yeah. You got a what is it? A balcony? Boom, tree.
Yeah.
Space for tree.
They're trees are not restricted to just ground level. If there's a fucking square by square space, I'm putting a tree on it.
If you've got floor, you've got a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that attitude.
Big love.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Combs. Went for Luke Combs. That was the main reason we went.
Amazing.
Phenomenal. That man can do no wrong.
All of his support acts, amazing.
Yeah.
I've never heard of Jordan Davis before. Obsessed.
Yeah.
Love his stuff
Have you seen his TikTok?
No.
His TikTok's so funny.
That's my next obsession.
Absolutely taking the piss.
Lane Pittman did a Nickelback cover, so I really got everything that I wanted from that concert.
Period.
Great concert.
What else? I gave FT Hit a crack this week.
Yeah, this is something that we will not be doing together. But no, tell everyone about it.
And I fucking love it. I love it. So it's like FT hit is kind of like it's erg efforts with weights as well. So kind of similar to what Strong do, but like without the reformer.
Instead, it's like F45 with a bit of erg.
Yeah. So if F45, a gym, and Strong had a love child, it would be FT hit.
Okay.
So you've got like blocks, and in those 2 blocks, you've got exercises, and you just work your way through them. It's, a mix of erg and a mix of lifting weights as well. And I love it. I fucking love it. It's great. Good. You can go at your own pace. You can go as hard or as slow as you want. Mm-hmm. You can lift as heavy or as light as you want. No one's judging you. No one's looking at you. Everyone's just there to get their workout done. It's great. And they also have like recovery stuff. So they've got like a sauna, and they've got those compression leg things, the boots, and then the hip one. Love. Unreal. I've only gone 2 times because I felt good. I felt low coming back from Melbourne. I felt good again, and then I felt low again. So I've told myself I need to have like a week of rest from exercise to just fully recover, because I think that's where I went wrong. I went too hard too quickly, and I girl bossed too close to the sun. But they will see me again.
Nice.
They will see me again.
Meanwhile, I am on like a 2-class membership for Pilates, and I'm like, you know what? No one's going at the same time anymore. So I'm just going to mix it up. Go to a few different sessions. And I did Pilates only today. Pilates only is my entire personality now. I loved it.
That's wild, because I hated the Pilates only classes because I found them so much harder.
Really? They were harder, but like not too hard. I find anything with added weight, like it's almost too much for my back.
Yeah.
Whereas this being just like body weight straps, like reformer stuff, I was like, this is fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I could do the whole class. I was like, I felt like a speck of dust leaving that class. I felt so good. The trainer was amazing. And all I want is for payday to roll around so that I can up my membership to unlimited.
Rock and roll.
I'm in my fitness era.
I love that for you.
Yeah. Just Pilates, walking, that's it. Drinking water.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Rock and roll. And then Friday, we also had LIV Golf. Now, this is when I started feeling to be on my deathbed. Before that, we had Galentine's dinner with Nicole.
We did.
Shout out to Nicole for being hostess with the mostest. We did more tarot card readings.
She made the most unreal ragu.
Delicious.
Like, actually, I thought you could only buy that from a shop.
And the yummiest cookies as well.
Yeah, they were so good.
We had a private viewing of her art gallery. Mm-hmm. And tarot card readings. It was great.
Yeah.
It was very great. And then, now coming home from that is when I was starting to feel the lowest of lows.
Yeah.
Woke up for LIV Golf, also feeling the lowest of lows. But I rallied on because I was like, it would be my luck that something life-changing happens at LIV Golf, and I'm not fucking there.
The fact that you thought that there was any chance that anything was going to happen, mind-boggling.
I was like, if I'll be damned if the fucking Pilates gang get to party with Dom Dollar and I'm not fucking there.
Girl, I'm the last person.
Anyone's going to bring you all down.
Me and my back, that is not who Dom Dollar's looking to hang out with.
Wild.
Did you say he was at EC's at 2 a.m?
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, yeah, same, but like...
how jarring though, you're out on a Saturday morning, it's 2 a.m.
Yeah.
In rolls in Dom Dollar.
Yeah.
I'll be jiggered.
Listen, I don't know shit about shit, but EC's is like the last place I would have expected
was anyone there? I feel like 5 people would have been there.
Yeah.
And they would have been like, oh.
Yeah.
Has anyone told you look so much like Dom Dollar? That's
that
crazy.
would have been me to him if I'd seen him.
Insane.
Yeah, that was... I thought EC's was emo.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I thought EC's was like... Rah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was always my impression of EC's. And then Mr. Kim's was like the cool place. I didn't realise it was like doof doof.
Yeah, very much like a Red Square vibe, I thought.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it's underground, isn't it?
That's
downstairs.
Who's to say?
Whatever. Yeah.
Anyway, LIV Golf recap. Let's go. Never going again.
Yeah, and we said this last year, but I actually mean it now. I had obviously forgotten how bad lining up was. No, that's not true, because I was telling everyone how bad lining up was. But I really hoped, I think I just lived on hope and a dream that it would be better this year.
Toilets were better this year.
Toilets were better. I didn't go to the bar in the main bit, but the bar looked better.
Yeah.
But it was just lining up to get into the watering hole, like the front bar. That almost killed me.
Oh, I feel like we were waiting for over an hour.
No, we were.
Yeah.
I checked. So it literally took us about 20 minutes to get from the front gate to the watering hole. And then we were in line for an hour. Yeah, an hour. It was fucked.
Crazy.
And the day... Time does not fly like it does at LIV Golf.
It goes so quickly. I feel like we were by the time we got into the watering hole, I feel like we were there for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then like it was almost 4.
Yeah.
And then we got food and then we went to the other side of Grange.
Which literally, we actually ended up in the eastern suburbs.
And then we were like, oh shit, we have to go to the concert now.
Yeah.
Like what? Where did that day go?
It's because everything seems so far away. You're always in a line for something. Even just the waiting between like players.
I would love to. I'm going to check my health app. I didn't wear my watch, but I want to see how many steps my phone clocked.
My phone clocked like 9,500.
You know what? That adds up.
Yeah.
That fucking adds up, doesn't it?
And like, because we'd gone to find Leah, who was DJing over in the fan stand. We had to walk.
Yeah, 10,000 steps. I'll be jiggered.
We had to walk to like literally the other side of the golf event, which we didn't even tap into last year. LIV Golf is fucking huge.
It's like, I totally understand why a golf day for men takes so fucking long.
Yeah.
18 holes is huge.
It would take me a week.
Yeah.
I'd have to bring a swag because I wouldn't be able to
And like,
do
if you
it.
think, if you're going with a group of guys waiting for them to hit their ball and then, you know,
you got to go find it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And it's like you got to weave we had to weave everywhere because it's not just like a linear fucking path trying to find where we're trying to go. Oh my God. And the thing that makes it so infuriating is the lack of phone reception. Yeah. I think if I had phone reception, I would be less jarred by like the whole event, because trying to communicate with anyone.
Well, yeah, you were trying to meet up with 3 different groups of people.
Yeah. You just kind of have to give up. You just have to kind of assume.
If I see you, I see you. If I don't.
Exactly. Unless we walk through that front gate together and we literally are joined at the hip, I am never seeing you.
Yeah.
It was only by luck that we managed to bump into everyone.
Yeah.
And then we went and saw... Oh, no, let's talk about what happened at the watering hole first. So we're in there minding our business. Us and Beck. Bless Beck. Now, for some reason, at LIV Golf...
Her pheromones were pheromoning on Friday.
The men were drawn to a lesbian.
Yeah.
It was... I have never seen so many men hit on Beck in my life. I was gobsmacked.
Yeah.
Red foo. Not real red foo, but fake red foo.
It would have been funnier if it was real red foo.
Fake red foo was like trying to hit on Beck. Then we go down and there's like another guy like asking her to put sunscreen on his face.
That was so jarring. He had nothing in his hands. He turns to Beck and he goes, "Can you put this sunscreen on my face?"
I was confused.
I'm like, why the fuck can't you do that?
I was like, bless, love a wholesome moment, but what is going on here?
Bro,
you don't know each other from a bar. So how do you know Beck's washed her hands?
Yeah.
That's bold.
Yeah.
Then there was like this bogan looking guy who got up. We were right at the bottom of the like end of the watering hole, and there's like a bench kind of thing, and this bogan guy jumps up there and starts doing a shoey, and then he's doing it thinking the whole crowd's gonna be like, wow, silence.
Everyone's fucking booing him.
Yeah, we're
all like, boring. Boring.
I don't even know why, because anyone else did it and everyone was like, woo!
That's the whole point. It's funny.
So he jumps down. Next thing you know, he's in a punch up with someone.
Yeah.
That was nuts. I didn't know what the fuck was going on there. Then he gets pulled out by security. And then the food that we got, that popcorn chicken, stunning.
Yeah, it was really good.
That's for like festival food. That slapped. 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
We went and found Leah, and Leah was DJing.
Mm-hmm.
DJing remotely, which was just
unreal.
A whole thing to unpack.
Women in STEM.
Literally, a man could never. And then we managed to find our way to Dom Dollar and watch Dom Dollar in a crowd of the entire state, apparently.
I feel like everyone was there. That was so many people.
You can't convince me that there wasn't more people at Dom Dollar than there was at Luke Combs at Marvel Stadium.
Yeah.
Like, there was that many fucking people.
I reckon 1-for-1, yeah.
It was nuts. I'm so glad we left early. Like, apologies to Dom Dollar, but I'm not fucking trying to.
I've seen what I've needed to. I've seen the 3 songs that I know. We can go now.
Yeah.
We can leave.
I was so tired at that point. I needed
wrecked.
to go home.
Absolutely wrecked.
It was so dusty. The second I got home, shoelaces out of my sambas in the washing machine.
Oh, yeah, you have to.
Wipe down my shoes. Like, I cleaned my shoes instantly. I'm like, I'm not letting this shit
My
set.
snot was black.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, what am I planting here? What's going on? That's crazy.
Are you dying?
Hats off to the people that did LIV Golf on the Friday and then went to Laneway yesterday.
Or even more so, people that have done
or
LIV
like
Golf
live
all 3 days.
Yeah. Or like live, Laneway, live. Oh.
If someone's done that, are you
Jesus
alive?
Christ.
And also, how did you financially afford that? That is to be studied.
Yeah. What interest rate are you paying on your personal loan? Because
That's
crazy.
Did you see the crowds trying to get out of Laneway?
Oh my God. I have war flashbacks from last year.
Yeah. It looked worse.
Yeah.
It looked so much worse.
It would have been, for real.
We need another like lockdown because there's too many people out and about. Great news is Peter Malinowskis has done what he's done best, and he's managed to extend LIV Golf being in Adelaide until like 2028, I think. Or I think it said something about 2028, but it's potentially going to 31.
Yeah.
I don't really understand. But it's going to be at North Adelaide now.
Have you heard how much money they need to put into North Adelaide to make it able to like be to the caliber of how many people are going to be attending?
Weren't you saying like 50 mil or something?
Yeah. Where are you getting that money, Pete? Where's that money coming from?
Is North Adelaide a bigger, like, will it hold more people?
I don't know if it's bigger, but it's like, I think it's like elite. Like it's the same tier as what Grange is.
Okay. It is better, like, to get there.
But just like facilities wise, I think is what they need the upgrades for, to be able to accommodate that many people.
Isn't North Adelaide like super hilly?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
North Adelaide's flat.
No, it's not.
Adelaide?
No, because isn't the golf course on like the side of North Adelaide, which is like, you know how behind the oval it like goes up?
Oh yeah, like War Memorial Drive.
Yeah, it's like a hill.
Oh, I don't know.
I could be.
I've never gone, so who's to say?
And you know what? I won't be going because I'm done with LIV Golf. I think. Listen. I think if you can go and just go there early, like as soon as gates open, go straight to the front bar at the watering hole. That is by far the best place. So like if you're going to LIV Golf, just go there, get in, get a good spot, and just be prepared to sit there for the whole day. That's the only way I can envision you having fun. But then like that's a lot of money drinking.
Yeah. I think it's different if you actually enjoy watching golf.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd get way more like obviously you'd get way more enjoyment out of it because you know who the players are and like, you know, you're watching pros do what they're fucking
like
they
you give
do
a
best.
fuck.
Yeah. But yeah, for someone that's neither here nor there for golf.
Yeah, I'm the same. I think
it's a great atmosphere, but I feel like I would have enjoyed it more if I wasn't sick. Like it was great weather. But again, the lining up is what kills it. Every time.
Yes.
Every fucking time. They almost need 2 watering holes.
Yeah. There was so many people I saw online who went just for Dom Dollar. Yeah, I think the only way I could ever see myself going back is if like Fred again was announced.
Oh, that would be a great one.
And then I'd go in just for Fred. I would never ever go for the golf again.
Even then, I just...
Oh no, yeah, that's really not enough for me to go in. Like someone who said like Ariana Grande, was it Beck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only way you're getting me back
Like
to LIV Golf.
a performance.
Yeah. Beyonce.
Yeah, fucking...
But I just can't see myself. Like I've seen who I wanted to see.
Yeah.
And it was fine. I just have no business going back. I think if they did, like if it was a football event or a basketball event, that's way more my vibe. Like I'm so excited for Gather Round.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not fucking lining up for anything, are you?
I know.
You're not following people around to fucking different spots. It's
to hit one ball and then they just
the
leave.
Oval.
And I'm like, okay, thanks.
And they're like, yep, let's do this in a different location now.
Where you can't see.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I am excited for Gather Round though.
I love Gather Round.
That'll be good. But that was LIV Golf. That's it. You'll never see us at LIV Golf ever again. And if you do, we've been kidnapped.
Yeah. Those are imposters.
We did get free hats on the way in.
Yeah, that's what Caitlin is sporting.
ORTC, is it?
Yeah.
I always go to call them OTR. They were handing out hats
Big
near
slay.
the entrance for free,
Big
which
slay.
is fucking genius because for no reason I didn't bring a hat. And so then I walked away with a free hat. So that was great. But yeah, that's it. All right.
Period.
Let's dive in. So there's been a shit ton of fucking Australian TikTok drama this week, everyone.
Period.
So I'm going to start with the drama between two people who I'd never heard of before until this week, Jordan Tan and Jack McIntosh. So Jack McIntosh has built a platform on TikTok primarily around him doing the like, what is it, rejection exposure challenge, which I've seen like Harry Garside do it. I don't really get it, but okay.
Pop off, I guess.
And Jack's been doing it, I guess. Anyway, and then
What's the premise?
that you just do things that you have a high chance of being rejected.
So like asking people out on a date.
Yeah,
Like
or
that?
yeah, anything, right? I think I saw one of Jack's videos was going into McDonald's and asking someone to buy him like a burger.
Okay.
Right. And the whole thing is to, I guess, desensitize you to the idea of people rejecting you or saying no.
Okay. Right.
Okay. Like,
Anyway.
that's
Hate
it.
that, but okay. Sure.
So he's built like a whole platform around it. Anyway, so Jordan Tan had posted a video to TikTok where she was saying that something along the lines of like when two guys from Perth message you asking to catch up to like, I guess, convince you that not all men are bad kind of thing, right? And she's playing these audio messages that she'd received from Jack McIntosh and his fucking sidekick, but she never names them, right? She's just playing the audio where they're like, hey, we love what you posted. Jordan posts a lot of like feminism she's kind of like a Drew Afawalo, but she had like a much smaller following at the time. She's just doing her thing, but she's very like strongly opinionated on feminism, women's rights, that kind of thing. Jack's like, love what you do, we would love to catch up and have a chat.
Oh.
And she's like, that's hella vague.
Respectfully,
like,
no.
Are you wanting to like do a collab? Like she's trying to get a bit more information out of him. And he's like, no, we just want to chat and like, you know, share our perspective on things or and like get your perspective. Anyway, so she kind of thought about it and she was like, I don't feel super comfortable catching up with two men that I don't know for a very vague reason. So she ends up like messaging them being like, listen, love that you've been in touch. Thanks so much for the offer. I'm going to decline. Like, I don't know how this like
Bad
really
juju.
benefits me.
Yeah.
But if you are interested in learning more about like women's rights and feminism, here's like some books to read. Here's some articles. Here's some podcasts. Like, here's a bunch of resources that will give you pretty much the same gist. Anyway, Jack doesn't take it too well. He comes back and he's like, well, I don't really understand why you don't want to catch up. Like,
that's crazy for someone whose entire brand is about like making like rejection be less painful.
Right?
What do you mean you're rejecting me?
His response was,
that's so funny.
yeah. In a nutshell, he was like, I don't understand why you don't want to come meet with two strange men to hear us tell you why not all men are bad. And she was just like, what the fuck? Anyway, they got really weird about it. And so that's why she did the video, because she's like, this is weird.
So she did like a reaction video. Oh, yeah, the original video.
Yeah, she's like, this is weird vibes.
That's so weird.
Not a fan. So glad I said no.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Trust your gut, ladies, honestly.
So keep in mind, she never named them.
Yeah.
Despite that, Jack went.
She didn't have to.
She didn't have to, because Jack then posted. He'd gone on like a podcast. I don't know if he has his own podcast or whatever. I couldn't find the name of the podcast. And they posted a clip that has been heavily edited, might I add, of him crying. Not so much apologizing. Apologizing isn't the right word. But basically being like, you know, I'm sorry to make people uncomfortable. Like, I went into this naive. It was really weird. And then he made some fucking weird comments, like 5 minutes. It's a 5-minute video.
Oh my God.
Might I add. He's like talking about how like on this podcast they'd done like a domestic violence episode. And he goes, when we did the domestic violence episode on the podcast, I reached out to women from my past that I hurt and caused trauma to, and they didn't want anything to do with me, and I respect that. That's weird.
Why are you bringing that up, dude?
What have you done?
Why are you bringing that up?
What have you done? Because his whole thing was like, I'm not perfect. Jordan's not perfect. Like, no one's perfect. Like, I've done things in my past. Like, he kept saying like he's made a lot of mistakes and like he's fucked up in the past. And it was just alluding to he's done really fucking weird shit to women, essentially, without him explicitly saying what he's done, that made the whole situation worse. I was like, what on earth could you have possibly done? Anyway, then he ends, keep in mind this whole video, so he's like, basically just, it's woe is me, right? And then there's cuts between him like saying things of him just like bawling his eyes. It's actually like, it's kind of funny. And then at the very end, he goes, I would love to still have a conversation with you.
Oh my God, let it go. Take a fucking day off.
Bro can't take no for an answer. He didn't learn. He didn't fucking learn. Anyway, Abbie Chatfield did a podcast episode about it.
As she should.
Ripped him in
Yeah,
dude,
stunning.
It was so
what
fucking
we all
funny.
deserve.
She had Jordan on there, like got Jordan's perspective, whatever. But she just like, went through this video frame by frame. And
a little pause. Now, let's discuss.
no, literally. And she ripped this man a new one.
Oh my God.
Oh, it was actually a really good listen. But yeah, essentially, this man is so egotistical and cannot take no for an answer. He has no understanding of what he did wrong.
No.
And he thinks he's the victim.
Yeah.
And then Abbie made a good point of like, I learned this from like what she was saying. There's this thing called like the Barbra Streisand effect or something, where apparently Google Maps, when that became a thing, it had obviously posted like Barbra Streisand's house on Google Maps, but it didn't say that it was Barbra Streisand's house. It was just that her house was on Google Maps. No one knew that it was her house. But then she tried to sue Google, and in doing that, everyone found out that that's where she lived.
Yeah.
And so it never would have been an issue if she had to just shut her mouth. And this is the same thing where no one really knew that it was him. And it probably would have just been swept under the rug if he hadn't have just shut his fucking mouth.
Yeah, if he didn't draw attention to it, there wouldn't have been attention drawn to it.
No. And now there's this fucking 5-minute video going around of him crying his eyes out. He ended up deleting his account, I'm pretty sure. Which, yeah.
All is right in the world.
Deserved. So for a man that's doing a year-long experiment on rejection therapy,
maybe you need another year, Joel.
Things going well.
I don't think it's clicking. I don't think the lesson is listening, to be honest.
I'd try and pick up another niche, I think, for my account.
Or maybe like a thing about learning how to understand when no means no.
That might be
that might be a good one.
He kind of flipped the script being like, oh my God, I forgot to tell you the funniest part. So he's going on about how, like, you know, the whole point of life is, you know, to meet people and talk to people and learn things from other people. He's like, I love going and meeting up with strangers and having conversations with strangers. And Abbie Chatfield made a good point being like, you do not understand the privilege you come from to go and meet up with strangers and have conversations. Women would never do that.
It must be nice to be able to do that and not fear for your life.
Right. And then, because remember how she sent him like a list of resources to go to? He goes, I don't know if I'm afraid of books, but I've never read a book. Like I don't read. So when someone tells me to go read a book, like it's just too much.
And you know what? It shows.
Yeah.
It fucking shows. Jesus Christ. That's a crazy thing to admit to be honest.
Yeah. If anything, he dug himself a hole between admitting that he can't fucking read.
Yeah. And
then saying the weird like side comments about like the fact that he's done horrible things to women in the past.
Yeah. Oy vey.
And because he wasn't specific about it, like if he'd just gone and ghosted a woman, right, and he'd said that was his thing, it wouldn't be. But because he's made it sound really bad and he hasn't been specific, it's like,
what's the worst case scenario? Yeah.
I'm like, this man probably
Who's
should
buried
be
in the ground right now.
This man, and he looks fucking crazy too. Scary things.
Do a fucking wellness check on fucking every woman he's had involvement with, to be honest.
So now I have a new ick to add to the list, and that is,
and it just grows day by day,
men who are partaking in the rejection exposure trend on TikTok.
Like it never ends well.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're already going into it being like rejection, not great at it. Go to therapy maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. If that's really rocking you that people don't want to do what you want to do, figure it the fuck out. I don't know. Maybe talk to less strangers actually.
Right.
You're clearly ruining someone's day. So.
I feel like people who do rejection exposure on TikTok, they do it because 99% of the time they get what they want, and then they don't actually get told no, so they're like, it's not an issue.
That's a red flag. People that have issues with rejection.
Yeah.
Shake it off, doll. Shake it off. Speaking of people that are digging their own hole, right, I'm going to get riled the fuck up about this one.
I'm excited.
So, this week, Kayla Itzinas has put her 2 cents in on the fitness industry being hypersexualized. Have you seen this on your For You page?
I've seen. Her video came up, and I started watching it, and then I went, shut the fuck up, and just kept scrolling.
Period.
Yeah.
So, Kayla Itzinas is a 33-year-old gym influencer and she's only recently made a TikTok account. And one of the very first videos that she's posted on it is kind of like a rant video saying how she's sick of women in the fitness industry hypersexualizing their content that they post on their social media and the content that they use to kind of like increase sales on their booty guides. And it's like all about the angles that they're using and the outfits that they're wearing in these videos. So she's saying that like when she's scrolling on her phone when she's next to her 7-year-old daughter, like she doesn't want her daughter seeing this content, and like she's not a hater, but like she doesn't like seeing that content, and she doesn't want her daughter to be raised seeing that content either. Now, the real kicker about all this is that Kayla Itzinas has literally built her entire platform around monetizing off women and their insecurities with their body. So she kicked off her brand by creating these like bikini body guides, which was pretty much like you could print it out. Now, I remember getting this when I was like 14 years old, right? Or maybe a bit older than that. I reckon, yeah, maybe 16 or 17.
She started them in like 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, so I would have been, 7, 8, 18, 19?
Yeah.
Anyway, a teenager, right? And so you'd print out these guides, and like in these guides, right, it was like how to achieve like a bikini body, and it would have been like 8 to 12 weeks. And it was a restrictive diet of 12,000 to 16,000 calories.
No, 1,200 to 1,600.
Yeah, 1,200, sorry. 1,200 to 1,600 calories, which is fucking nothing.
Yeah.
And like it would be like 5 HIIT workouts a week, 1 low intensity cardio session, and like an active recovery kind of session. And like the type of nutritional advice that she would give in this bikini guide would be like, try to avoid iceberg lettuce because it has too much sugar. And like a snack would be a small latte and 2 slices of apple or 7 almonds.
Which is fucking crazy considering her only qualification is she's certified as a personal trainer.
Insane. And also coming from a woman that is genetically slim built.
Yeah.
She hasn't had to lose weight in her entire life.
Yeah.
Now, the fucking goal for this woman who has created an entire empire built on women's poor self-image to then crack on at other women who are celebrating their own bodies and what their bodies are capable of doing. That is absolute fucking bullshit.
What do you expect people to post when they're working out in the gym though? Because women are obviously, we're going to be in a crop, like in our little crop top thing and our shorts or our leggings, which is all form fitted.
Yeah.
Would you like us to wear a onesie
like,
to the gym?
And to say like, oh, like I'm not a hater, but I don't want my daughter seeing this content. Don't scroll your phone when you're around your daughter then. Or don't follow them if you know that your daughter's going to be around you when you're on your phone.
Right.
How is that fucking our business? You like projecting your own insecurities on what other people are posting isn't our fucking problem. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree. I'm sorry, but she lost the fucking ability to comment on what women should do right back when she said iceberg lettuce had too much fucking sugar in it.
Literally, like you build a brand around women's insecurities and like you promote a dangerous aesthetic to build up your fucking empire. But now that it's not serving a purpose for you anymore and like you're not profitizing on it as much as you are, suddenly it's a problem.
Yeah.
Like, are you joking?
I think, like, respectfully, if anyone still follows like Sweat and Kaylee Etzina's, like, move on.
Literally. And like there are so many other like gym guides that have been released since she was like kind of the pioneer in it.
Yeah.
But there have been so many that have been released since then that do give proper nutritional advice and like, you know, are healthy and like do promote like long-term fitness goals. So like really this could be about fucking anyone.
Yeah.
Honestly. But she's since deleted her video, which fucking speaks volumes, to be honest. Because first when the video was posted, I was like looking through the comments and everyone was like, as a fellow mum, thank you so much for speaking out. Like it's ridiculous that women are posting this way about in the gym. Like why does everything need to be so sexualized, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like...
But we're not making the same comments about the men who post like...
the little fucking thin strapped singlets.
Or like how many men are making sexualized like content in the gym?
Yeah.
Like thirst trap stuff.
Yeah.
But then like this is like a little bit different. But then have you seen the men on TikTok who do the cooking videos? I've only ever seen people like roasting them.
Yeah.
Where they're doing the cooking
and
videos.
It's also and they're like licking the knife and shit.
Yeah.
Ew.
Like
brother,
that.
Ew.
We won't comment on that.
Yeah.
But we'll comment on the fact that a woman's doing a workout video in gym clothes.
Lifting heavy shit in
I don't understand
shorts.
how it's sexualized. Just because they're bums to the camera.
Yeah. Just because it's a low angle and it makes her bum look big. Cool. Maybe her bum is big and she fucking put the effort into making it look like that.
How the fuck am I meant to see form when I'm looking at her forehead?
Exactly.
Like what?
I just don't understand. Like how is any like I don't
Did Kayla not do the exact same kind of content?
Yeah, exactly. And like the video of her ranting, it's her literally in a crop top. And I'm like,
that's sexualized. I don't want to see that. I want
What's
that off.
the difference, doll?
My 4 children don't want to be seeing that shit, doll. Get it off.
It's just, I rage. Nothing but absolute rage. Anything that woman does, she says she's not a hater. I fucking am. I can't stand her.
Yeah, no.
I really can't.
Yeah. She didn't even have to post this video for me to be a hater.
Just the hypocrisy in everything that she does and zero accountability for it.
It fucking riles me up when people who have no qualifications and no idea besides being genetically gifted sit there and spew what I would be considering like dietitian or medical advice to people.
Yeah.
Like if Kayla walked into a room and tried to tell me what I should be eating and how I should be exercising, I would honestly laugh in her face.
Yeah.
Like it is not a one size fits all kind of
I kick the
scenario.
back of her leg. Kick the back of her knee.
You know what I'd do? You know what I'd do? I'd eat a whole fucking iceberg lettuce in front of her and watch her.
Yeah. Watch her lose her fucking mind.
Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Nah, she's no.
The goal.
No.
In the bin.
Fuck.
Sin
off.
bin.
Fuck. Off.
Sin bin.
She pisses me off.
Yeah.
Oh my god. No.
Public enemy number one.
Do you know what? If Kayla Isinas has no haters, we're dead.
Yeah. Facts.
We're dead. I can't fucking
Facts.
stand her.
Yeah.
Period.
All right. What have we watched?
More hate. You know what? Now you got me riled up. Let's talk about Love is Blind season 8 for a fucking second. Have you watched any of it?
No, because
Don't bother.
I don't. Yeah, you telling me that it was shit was enough for me.
No one is Love is Blind's biggest fan than me.
Yeah.
Okay, I love the show. I love the concept of the show so much that I would genuinely go on the show because I think it is art, right? This season, which is based in Minneapolis. Who fucking knows?
Minneapolis.
I thought it was Minnesota, and then thank God I fact checked. I don't know if the two are intertwined, but whatever. Yesterday I was like, I'm gonna watch Love is Blind so that we can talk about. I'm so excited. I'm like, there's always great things to talk about. So there's 6 episodes out, and they all go for more than an hour
That's
each.
heaps. Is it normally 6?
Well, this is just the first part.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying.
I think it's usually
it's like 4, isn't it? Or 3 or 4?
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, great. 6 episodes. They're all more than an hour long. I'll sit here like, I'm going to get so much stuff. I sat there and watched the most boring, unmemorable fucking 6 episodes. So I spent probably about 7 hours watching shit. I cannot tell you anyone's name.
Oh, no.
I don't know. Can't remember who the fucking couple. They all look the same.
Oh, God.
It's just, besides like a couple of diversity hires that they've got in there, it's the same white couplings throughout the whole thing, right? There's no one in there who's like half interesting. There's no drama. Like, you know, remember like Leo, the art gallery, like curator guy who was like a bit fucking tapped. And then you had the girl who like was basically looking for a sugar daddy kind of thing. That's great content, right? That gave me something to talk about. Nothing.
Oh, they're all just getting along.
They're not even necessarily getting along, but they're not getting along in a way that's entertaining for TV.
Oh, boring.
It's just
boring.
It's like the guy might be picking between 2 girls, and rather than waiting for the guy to make a decision, one girl will go into the other one and be like, oh, he's picked me. And then the other one will be like, well, then I'm going to go talk to him. And then he'll be like, oh, I never picked anyone yet. And I'm like, is this it?
Yawn.
The only drama, like quote unquote drama that they had was at the very end of episode 6. There's like one coupling, Taylor and, I don't know, white guy, 55, who she's like kind of crying on camera, and like it's the day after they've met. And she's in like a hotel room, and she's saying to the cameras, she's like, when the doors opened, I knew I recognized him from somewhere, but I couldn't put my finger on it. And then like later that night, I realized that a few weeks before coming onto the show, he'd followed me on Instagram and then like unfollowed me. And she was so upset about it. She's like, he knows who I am. Like, I feel really creeped out. That was the most drama that they had.
Brother.
This is honestly...
Flop.
I was looking through like the Reddit threads, the online commentary. Everyone is saying this is the worst season yet.
God.
The worst. 6 episodes of more than an hour each, and we're not even in Mexico yet.
Damn. What, like...
I'm not even...
condensed that? I just don't understand why it
Do you want to know the worst part?
Let's go.
There's still more couplings to happen.
More?
Yeah,
More?
I don't think everyone's done.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I've had it.
No. That's
So,
crazy.
If anyone's looking to watch season 8, don't bother. Like, as someone who loves Love is Blind, this season sucks ass. Don't watch it. But then it's okay because Summer House came back this week. So episode 1 of season 8 or 9? 9.
Who's to say?
Premiered this week. Instant serotonin. Like, my serotonin through the roof.
So much fun.
Have you watched it?
I watched it last night, yeah.
I love Summer House so much, and I loved watching it. My qualm, though, is I feel like the 2 new girls, too young.
Yeah, why are you 26?
But they feel even younger than that, and it's such like a jarring difference between everyone else in the house and them. Yeah. I think you either get people in their 30s who are in line with everyone else.
Or at least like 28, 29.
Yeah, or you scrap the whole house, start again with a younger cast.
Yeah.
But I think it would be more entertaining to kind of lean back to the original premise, which is getting people who genuinely work, not just influencers and models, people who genuinely work. Maybe I don't mind if they have a following, but they at least like work in the city during the week in their early 30s.
Let their hair down on the weekend. Yeah.
That's way more entertaining.
Yeah. Fuck, almost spilled my drink. I love Jesse this season.
Oh yeah, same.
We need to get rid of the nonchalant men. We need more chalant men. I want men obsessed with women.
How?
Love it. Love it.
So Lexi obviously comes into the house and immediately he's like obsessed with her. He's like, she's stunning. Like
he's locked in.
She walks in and he's like, you are gorgeous. Like literally
ding, ding,
compliments
ding.
her. And then they're like flirting, hitting it off. They have like a dinner on the first night and they're sat next to each other. And they're like flirting, getting to know one another. And oh my God, Kyle, when he turns to Wes and he's like, I feel like I'm watching a first date.
Literally.
But then Jesse, the next morning, he's like sitting by the pool. Oh no, he wakes up in the bed and he's like, because him and West are sharing a room. He's like, we should go downstairs and find Lexi. And West is like, we literally just woke up. Why? Yeah. And he's like, because I miss her and I want to hang out with her. And then they go down to like the pool where everyone's down by the pool and he's sitting with the boys. And he's like, I love her. I'm in love with her.
Because, who was it? I can't even remember his name. Anyway, one of the guys is like, oh, like, I wonder if you're going to drop the L-bomb before the end of the weekend.
It was West or Kyle that said that.
Kyle. And Jesse was like, you know what, you say that, but I mean, I think she's really cool and I do kind of love her. I do love that bitch. I love her.
Yeah. And he says, he's like to Kyle and West, he's like, you know what? It's a shame that me and West just can't be single at the same time.
And West is like, that is a crazy thing to say. He's like, dude, it's been a day.
No, but I'm Jesse. Like, I think that is so funny.
That's crazy.
I want more of that. Oh my God. And then obviously off the back of last season, because Sierra and Wes were hooking up and then that didn't end well. And now they have, like, Sierra hates West.
I love that for her though.
No, she is
love that for
so
her. Yeah,
funny.
It's
and
great. Then, she's like, I'm not phased, but I want that man dead.
Yeah. And then like they obviously like meet for the first time again this season and he goes to hug her and she just swats his hand away and like walks past him
on the back.
I'm like, that more of that, please.
Fucking slay.
Obsessed. And then Lindsay in episode 1 rips a band-aid off, tells everyone that she's pregnant. And everyone's reactions, like Amanda super happy for her, Paige super happy for her, Kyle is like so confused.
Yeah.
Jesse did not look happy at all.
Yeah, Jesse's like, what do you mean there's a pregnant woman in the house?
He was so confused.
He's like, that just ruins vibes.
Yeah, it was so fucking like It was, but then the fact that she had to tell a 30-minute summary of her entire life.
Oh my God. Yeah, her entire love life.
To
yeah,
get
a
to that
timeline.
point.
Yeah. This has all led me to this moment. I am with child.
Oh, fuck. It's going to be interesting to see how Carl reacts because Carl wasn't there when she told everyone. He found out because as soon as she told everyone, she posted her announcement on Instagram and then his phone blew up as a result of it. I feel like she should have, even though she told the house, she should have waited to tell Carl the next day in person before posting. Like, what's 12 hours?
Yeah. He should have found out from her, not from a post.
Like, you know it's going to cause drama.
Just like if you're giving everyone else in the house that courtesy, you should give it to him as well.
Yeah. And you know it's going to cause drama. So why? It can be easily avoided, lessened, if you just...
Yeah, just make the announcement when Carl's there.
Yeah. One thing, like, that's already kind of popping up is they're all fixating on the timeline between, like, her and Carl breaking up and then her getting pregnant with the new man. I personally couldn't give two fucks.
Who gives a fuck?
I don't give a fuck. She always wanted a baby. She's
Time's
wanted a
irrelevant.
baby for the longest time. Who gives a fuck how she got it? Who cares? That's a Lindsay problem.
If they click, they click.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If they go ahead with it, they go ahead with it.
And even if they don't last, who cares? Lindsay's so rich that she can...
She'll be fine.
Yeah. I'm not... She's the last person I'm worried about. But then at the start of the episode... So obviously, recently Paige and Craig broke up. Broke my heart. I was like, I loved them, right? And then shit's gone down since they've broken up, where Craig claims that he was blindsided. He claims that she broke up with him over like a phone call or a text or something. And then she's been spotted hanging out with this guy, Joe D'Amelio. He works in like sports, like Veep. I don't know. I don't know who the fuck he is. All I know is that he dated or was tied back to like that Teresa chick from Real Housewives of New Jersey. Oh. Like a couple of years ago. Anyway, so they've been like spotted hanging around and then people are like, wow, she moved on really quickly. Maybe there's like overlap. Maybe she cheated. Fucking Craig never stood up for her, even though she was really nice about it all publicly. Anyway, it's been really messy. At the start
Who is this man? I've never seen this man in my life.
Right. At the start of this season, they've obviously picked up the cameras since they broke up. And she's with Amanda and Lindsay. And she's like... basically pissed off that Craig isn't defending her with the like cheating rumors and is staying silent. And she's like, how fucking dare he when during our relationship I caught him texting 2 women on 2 separate occasions while we were together. And I went, oh! Yeah. The audacity of this man. Like, truly. So I'm excited to see, because Southern Charm is obviously going to side with Craig, and all the cast from there are siding with Craig. So I'm very excited that Summer House has her back. Because I love Paige. Yeah. She could have hit that man with her car and I would still
ride at dawn for Paige.
Yeah.
Through the lowest of lows and the highest of highs.
Right?
Yeah.
That she can do no wrong in my eyes. No. So, which is a shame because I really liked Craig, but now I hate Craig. So. Yeah. It is like, I got to do what I got to do.
Weasel behaviour.
Yeah.
But you know what? He would say anything to keep his reputation and his business intact, though. You know what I mean?
And like
if anyone was to stretch the truth, it would be him in this situation.
Yeah, because he's been proven to lie multiple times.
Yeah.
And like previous to this, I thought it was funny and entertaining. I was like, it's kind of harmless. It's funny.
But now my Shayla is involved.
Now you're fucking with my girl. No, all right? And we're not having that. Okay?
Yeah, period.
She did nothing but ride by you for 3 years and she made you into the man that you are now. Like, don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
What's that line from that Ariana Grande song?
Which one, doll?
The one where she's like, made you who you are. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my head. Hang on. Ready? Everyone, please pause. Look at you. Boy, I invented you. Gucci tennis shoes, running from your issues. Yeah.
Period.
See?
Facts.
I
At
hope-
Craig.
Yeah. I hope she's listening to that. Because it's fucking true. Anyway, so I'm so happy that Summer House is back. I've already fallen behind on Southern Charm
No,
because...
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Boring.
I know.
Guys, let it die.
What's with all the boring?
Let it fucking die.
Like, we need...
Bravo. Can it. It's
Yeah.
been done.
Yeah, I have no reason to watch now that Paige and Craig are broken up.
No need.
I did like Madison, but she's starting with Craig and that pissed me off.
Yeah.
And fuck them off.
Womp.
Okay. Wait, guys, there's more reality TV.
Just keeps on going,
just-
doesn't it?
I have not had time to watch anything else because it's just reality TV up
Right.
in this bitch. MAFS. Let's talk MAFS.
MAFS. So this week was Intimacy Week,
Mm-hmm.
which if I was on MAFS, would have hated this.
I would have quit.
Would have hated this. What do you mean I need to plan a date for my man?
I don't
Ah.
mind.
Ah.
I don't mind doing that, but I would die before I'm caught in lingerie.
That's the part.
on
Yeah.
national
Like
TV.
planning a date, fine. Like, and not everyone did like a lingerie thing, right? Like Athena did like a card game and like, you know, quality
Yeah.
time together. Morena, she kind of did a little bit of lingerie thing, but it was like a painting kind of
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah, you're not catching me. In
But yeah, no.
lingerie.
And you know, like, just, oh my God, like I just am so awkward in lingerie. Like, what am I meant to just stand here
Yeah.
while you just look at me? Like, what?
Like, what the fuck? I'm not a zoo animal, for starters. Okay.
Stand.
Second of all, I'm not doing anything with a hint of sexual on national TV.
And like a massage with body oil.
no.
Oh. Ah.
You're telling me
Ah.
you're out here prime and proppering each other in a room when there's a cameraman and a producer on
A
standby.
7-man crew in the same room.
And you want me in my underwear being No. Nuh-uh.
I mean, if I had a rig like some of those ladies, my opinion might change, but
I still wouldn't. No.
it's just crazy. Like, people
It's
don't need to
so-
see that.
It's so
People-
awkward. You
people
want to know
don't
what
need
we're
to
doing
see
for
it.
Intimacy Week? We're having takeaway and we're watching a movie. And
Yeah.
we're sitting in silence.
You're seeing me in 3-day-old pajamas. That's intimate.
Uh-huh.
That's real
I
intimate.
might let you give me a hug.
Oh, you know what? That's actually very accurate for you. Yeah. Like, you know what else is worse than that? The one where it's like they have to stare at each other for like 3 minutes. Absolutely not. Like, I am instinctively just going to clock you one in the nose.
In like
Why do we need to
Okay,
look at it?
let's
No! Can't. Do not look at me. No, I hate that.
No,
Stop. No. What do you, like, ah!
that triggered my
I hate
gag
it.
reflex.
You don't need to, like, honestly, if anyone looked at me for 3 minutes straight, they'd be like, you know what, I actually hate you.
It's actually triggered my gag reflex. I don't want to look at you.
Yeah.
It's just weird. Like, again, I think what makes it even weirder, I mean, it's weird if you're just by yourself anyway. There's a whole camera crew, and you're like this.
3 minutes.
Like, knees to knees.
Yeah,
Hands
like-
on each other's knees.
Like that time when I coughed in your mouth.
There is just no need. It's not. It's so...
That isn't making me feel
Fucking
more bonded
weird.
to you. I'm sorry.
It's so weird. Nah, I can't.
Hated that. I can't even really remember what happened this week.
Let me go through it. I think it was... Oh, on Tuesday's episode, I made a note. The only note that I made was that Athena and Adrian were fighting about Adrian
yeah.
not pulling his weight with helping out and doing chores.
She was yelling that he didn't put the bin out.
And I was like, this is why I don't date.
Yeah.
It's 2025.
Mm.
I am not mothering someone else's son.
Why do I have to tell you to put the bin out?
Like, if you can't do chores, like you said a couple of weeks ago, come complete or don't come at all.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even have to tell my Sims to put the bins out. So why the fuck am I telling
If
you?
it's full, just empty it. Like, I just don't understand.
Yeah, that I would again.
I say that, but with the recycling, I am notorious for just stapling the cans to the bag so that I don't have to put them out. I'm like, I don't want to deal with the sorting.
But you pull your share. Like, you don't have to do everything, right?
Yeah,
It's the same with my house, right?
Yeah.
When my housemate typically does like the bins, the dishwasher, I typically do the floors.
Yeah.
Like, we've kind of just naturally found
You divide and conquer. Yeah.
We just kind of naturally found the things that we do.
Yeah.
I am never, ever, that would... Afina is way too patient for the shit that she's putting up with
because
Adrian.
she's an aged care worker.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
She just
she's
feels like
saint.
she's at work.
Yeah.
Okay. Other than that...
She's volunteering.
She's on work experience at the moment, actually. When it was like the men's turn to participate in Intimacy Week, which they didn't even do anything.
They didn't get a challenge.
They just met with that woman.
They just sat and talked about their sex lives.
Like, but then the women have to go and dress up like in all lingerie.
Fucking bullshit, hey?
And parade around on national TV.
Period.
And the men just sit there and go, oh yeah, we fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Weird. But Ryan made it even worse because he got really weird and he starts making jokes about Jacqui having crazy eyes. And then I missed this at the time, but then he turns around and he goes, but it's fine because she gives great head.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, I'm sorry.
Everyone was flabbergasted. But then at the dinner party, when they're going in, Jacqui and Ryan, they're like, all right, let's make a commitment to back one another. Like, let's be a strong front. Like, you know, let's not say anything controversial. Let's just have a good night, you know.
Yeah.
And so the girls, I think like a couple of the guys, I think Dave and Billy went back to the apartments after Ryan said his comments and they were like, tea needs to be spilt. You need to hear what the fuck was said at this bro meeting.
Yeah.
And they were flabbergasted. And so at the dinner party, the girls are kind of like asking Jacqui like, oh, how'd Intimacy Week go? You know, how are you and Ryan going along? Like, are you guys like intimate with one another? Like, has anything changed? Blah, blah. And she's like, no, like we're not intimate.
Apparently you give great head.
And Jamie's like, hang on a second. Which one of you is lying? Eyes in different directions. Who is not telling the truth? And so I can't even remember what happened at the dinner party, whether it was brought up. Yeah,
so people are kind of like trying to bring it up but skirting around the issue, like, how was your intimacy week this week? Like, anyway, they're not getting anywhere. So then eventually, I think it was Billy turned around and was like, Ryan said you had crazy eyes and said you give great head.
Yeah.
And Jacqui was like, this flabbergasted me. She was like,
oh, I do have crazy eyes.
I do have crazy eyes. It's fine. I think it's funny.
So she like stood 10 toes on business on like the being a strong couple mark, because that if I found out that my partner said that I had crazy eyes,
even if we joke about it in private,
you do not.
You say that in front of someone else.
Talk shit about me to other people.
We are not.
Yeah. I'm not there.
We're no longer a unison. We are now North and South Korea. We're at war.
Mexican standoff immediately.
Russia and Ukraine. We do not get along. And I will blast your ass. Like that. I felt really bad for her because I could see what she was trying to do. She was trying to save face. And she thought that like coming off as if like, oh, it's fine. Like whatever. Was the right way to go. It wasn't. It just unfortunately made her look really gullible and really like
a
silly.
Simp.
Yeah. And he's not even worth it. Like this man has done nothing for you.
No.
He has treated you like shit from day dot.
He pretty much called you ugly.
And yet you're gonna stand there. Like that's what blew me away.
Yeah.
You have been fighting this whole time because he thinks you're ugly.
He rated you third.
And yet you wanna back him?
Her whole thing is like, oh, I just want you to say that I'm like the most gorgeous girl in the world. And he literally looked her dead in the eye and went, if I said that, that would be a lie.
And then you're going to back him in front of everyone else? Girl, I'm rinsing him for death.
Damn.
That was crazy.
One thing I will say about the dinner parties, though, I hate how edited they are.
Yeah.
It's just they're pulling shit and it doesn't even match up. And I'm just like, I get you're trying to make a storyline out of this. or make it suit your storyline. But it just, hate it.
During the week, Morena went on Abbie Chatfield's podcast and full shared her side of things, which, without having read the contract, I feel like would have been a huge breach of contract.
I feel like you're not allowed to do that.
No, same. So I was really shocked.
Yeah.
But she basically went on there and was saying that she has been made, they have taken her and amplified her to make her look really bad. And she's spilling all this tea. There's been rumors that Tony's married. But she's yeah, he's married. His wife lives in America. He lost his visa. That's why they're not together. They're still together, but not physically together. All he talked about was how much he loves his wife and wants to be with his wife. They have an adopted daughter. And Abbie was well, then why is he on the show? And this does not make sense to me, but apparently he had this perception that he would be able to use the show to get her to come, they would fly her over for drama and make it this whole thing. And then
buy a flight, dude. What's your fucking deal?
And then Morena would help repair their relationship, him and his wife. It was the excuse doesn't add up to me.
No.
I don't buy it. I think he is married.
Yeah.
But I think that whole narrative doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no.
And she was saying there was one piece that she was talking about the dinner party before the dinner party was aired. And she was saying that everyone knew what Ryan had said about Jacqui except for her because Tony hadn't told her. And so when it got brought up at the dinner party, her initial reaction, immediately, she turned to Ryan and she's like, Ryan, says his name multiple times like she does in the show. And that whole thing unfolds. But what happened in the actual episode that aired was they made it look like she did that hours after it actually happened, which isn't the case. Yeah. And that's, I do feel really bad for her in the sense that they definitely have decided they don't like her because she's not creating the drama that they wanted off the back of her finding out that Tony's married. And so they're trying to make her look fucked in any essence that they can. So I really feel bad for her. I do. But I was so surprised that she just was
that's not correct.
Yeah. Nuts.
Crazy.
And then at the end of the dinner party, so Athena and Adrian have a bit of an argument and he gets up and he goes and sits next to Sierra. And then they start breadcrumbing the cheating allegations that have been circling for a little bit now, where they're showing Sierra and Adrian making eyes at one another and then they're playing footsies under the table.
I didn't realise when I was watching it that was Adrian's foot. I thought that was Billy's foot.
Oh, and I thought why are we watching this?
I was cute. They really like one another. Plot twist.
Yeah.
Different men.
Yeah.
Different set of feet.
So I'm excited.
Poor Billy.
Oh, yeah. No, Billy, so sad. But for TV, finally.
Yeah.
It was getting a bit boring for a second.
The drama we need.
Yes.
Very exciting stuff.
Love it.
Reading. Guys, I finally finished my book. It took me 36 years.
Hell yeah.
Not really. It took me the whole flight to Melbourne to finish this book. And I thought that I was going to finish it in 15 minutes. It just kept on going. Anyway, I read The Wrong Daughter by Dandy Smith. We were lucky enough to get an art copy of it. And it is currently available in Australia, but it hasn't dropped in the US yet, I don't think.
Yeah.
And it's been recently picked up for an option, I think that's what that's called, by a French company, which is fun, to turn it into a TV series or movie.
Yeah, love.
An option? Yeah, sure. Anyway, it follows Caitlin and Olivia, so they're two sisters. Caitlin is 10 at the time and Olivia is 13. And they're left home alone while their mum and dad are off at a party one night. And then on that night, Olivia gets kidnapped. And then 16 years later, not everything is as it seems when Caitlin gets a call from her mum to say that Olivia has returned.
Crazy shit.
It's twisty. It's from the point of view. It's from two point of views. One from Caitlin and one from this other girl, and you're not too sure how they kind of intertwine or how each point of view is relevant to one another, but it kind of all comes together at the end. I don't want to give too much away in case anyone wants to read it. But look, it it was a good book. I liked the pacing of it. The beginning of it, like it wasn't slow to pick up. Like I think in the first couple of chapters, you get to the point where Olivia returns, so it's very much like straight in.
Yeah.
Really well paced. And each chapter kind of kept me hooked on it enough to want to keep reading it. It is very much like a popcorn thriller. So if you're like a really big fan of like Frida McFadden or Geneva Rose or Sally Hepworth, this would definitely be up your alley. A couple of the twists I did kind of see coming, but I think that's just because I've read so much thriller.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I can kind of clue on a little bit more. But if you're new to the thriller kind of like vibe, or if it's something that you don't really read very often, I feel like you would really enjoy this one.
I feel like authors, because a few of the authors that we've read lately that have done thriller, they have had a Frida McFadden vibe, and it's those ones that I find are quite predictable, because it's like there's a distinct formula. Yeah. And when you've read so many of them, it's like really easy to pick.
You can kind of pick it. Or if you can't pick it specifically, you kind of get the taste of it. Like
it's not like, super like out there.
Yeah. It's not jaw dropping, balls to the wall, batshit crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was an easy read. I think I gave it a 2.5 out of 5. So take with that what you will. Yeah.
It's hard to do a thriller that I think stands out from the crowd.
It's hard to do one that really blows my socks off.
Yeah.
Like it has to be something that's really gripping and really twisty. And like I think I need a couple of subplots in it, or a couple of like different themes for it to be like, whoa.
Yeah, I love plot twists lately where it's something that's been right in front of my nose, like under my nose the whole time, like with The Ledge. Yeah. How the main character wasn't who you thought it was, or the narrator of the book. That did not see that coming. Yeah. And that was the way that Christian White so easily made that happen. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that gets me. Yeah.
No, agreed. What are you reading at the moment?
I was reading Greta and...
Oh, yeah.
And it's good, but those books where they're just like someone living their life take me a minute to get into. And then I haven't been in a consuming anything mood other than reality TV, if I'm completely honest.
I mean, it is taking up a lot of time because there's 56 episodes of different things to watch a week. So
it's busy, but we're really close to being out of our event season and into rotting season.
Oh my God, I cannot wait.
Only got a few things left, which I am still excited for.
It's just gather around, hey.
Formula 1.
Oh yeah, fuck, yeah, shit. Biggest one.
But other than that, we're free.
Home stretch.
Dobby is free.
I've
been playing so much Sims this weekend. I'm excited to do nothing.
I can't wait for the weather to be cooler.
This weekend's teased me for winter.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
Yesterday was real nice.
Yes, it was. Pilates, walking, dinners, like not regularly, like one a month, saving money, reading Sims, being in my bed, being in my house that I pay for.
Period.
That's all I want to do. And I'm excited for it.
Facts.
But yeah.
Look at this little goodness.
That's it, my dudes.
We made it.
I'd love to stay and chat, but MAFS is on in 20 minutes.
Thank you. I got you sick this week. I'm sorry. Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.